fortress of Meripede would be super scary, but looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad at all.
Okay, so we're here to see the Duke and
We've got a
Paimon.
set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy
Says,
all
like-
kinds of stuff with credit
Well,
cards.
yeah, and we're more powerful
It's really
than
no surprise
everyone.
That many people don't even want to leave.
Probably have that guy to thank for that.
You mean Wriothesly?
Yeah,
He's
no,
definitely a
the
pretty impressive leader.
guy who runs the
Well,
stand.
he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or
Can
two
we talk
with
about
him.
those ears though? Are those
What I wonder is how
real
he's
wolf
like
ears?
with the people here. Do they also get the same guy we do, or is he a lot
Same
harsher with
guy.
the bad guys?
Probably has a good number of tricks for every situation.
Yeah, he must be doing something right to maintain order here, while not making everything feel super oppressive.
Or he's just really good at hiding it.
Excuse me, did I hear someone there? Could you please do me a favor?
Huh? Paimon could have sworn she just heard something.
Me too.
Excuse me, is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor, please?
Nope, Paimon wasn't dreaming. There's someone over there for sure. But Paimon doesn't see anyone.
Muffled voices
Did
couldn't
you
be
hear
because
my
he's
call?
inside a
Thank
container.
you so much. I'm over here, inside this big box.
You're inside the box? Oh, no wonder Paimon didn't see anything.
He
Well,
just thought your voice was naturally
let's
muffled.
Go take a look. Why are you hiding in here anyway? If we hadn't happened to pass by, you could have been stuck for days.
It's a bit complicated. Can we
How do I
not
know
talk
his name
about that
already?
for now?
Did someone strip you of your
Whoa,
clothes?
That's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
No, it was nothing quite that serious. I just like some help.
Shaving an
finding my
eyebrow
hat.
is messed up.
Just your hat? But then, why can't you look
Because,
for
like,
it
you have to
yourself?
shave the other one.
Huh. Wait, Paimon gets it. Something must have happened to your hair.
Paimon, we don't have to ask.
Sorry. So that's what happened. Paimon gets it now. No wonder why you had to hide inside the box. You just need your hat, right? We'll get it back to you right away. What kind of hat was it?
I think you may have misunderstood me, but never mind. Please just help me find my hat. It's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. Nothing fancy. I think I probably lost it near the entrance elevator. It was getting a bit hot, so I took it off and had a quick nap. But when I came to, it was gone. It's really important to me, so your help would mean the world. I'll wait here for your return.
You just described the, like, most generic hat in the game. Just go take it off somebody else's head. What are they gonna do about it? Because the whole reason why this place wasn't scary is because we literally destroy everyone.
Paimon doesn't see anything here. But let's go somewhere else. Just where is that thing? Oh, this is taking longer than Paimon thought.
What, to check 3 places within 15 feet of each other? Jesus. In the water, that would suck.
Nothing in the water either.
How can you see? It's so murky.
Paimon thought it might have gotten blown in. Oh, we've
With
looked
what wind?
everywhere and still not seen anything that looks like a hat.
Just buy him my hat.
That's a good idea. If he's just looking
Uh.
over his head, then it shouldn't matter what kind of hat he's wearing. Why don't we check out the rag and bone shop? If memory serves, they got all kinds of stuff in there.
I'm only paying for the hat.
How did you know what Paimon was thinking?
Because
Oh, this is bad. Nothing gets past you nowadays. Well, either way, let's go check it out first.
your manipulation no longer affects me. It's not very effective. I've gained resistance over time. You know, I gotta say, not great marketing. Like, I get needing rags, but whoever needs bones?
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
Well, I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop. Now, just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner, dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of gingerbread.
chunk
you
of
must be the legendary
gingerbread?
traveler and their companion Paimon.
No. Well, you're half right. Paimon's the traveler's treasured companion, sure, but she's not some flying chunk of gingerbread.
I don't get the gingerbread.
Sorry,
She doesn't look
I
anything
just-
like
I
gingerbread.
never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so got a bit ahead of myself. I hope you find it in your magnanimous hearts to forgive my discourtesy. I'm just a nobody, after all.
Oh, flattery will get you everywhere.
There's no need to put yourself down like that. Paimon's just venting.
Why, your heroic actions at Aeneas have long made their way to the fortress of Meripede. We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. Ah, you were the envy of all. And you're one of His Grace's favorite people, so of course, everyone wants to be introduced to you.
I mean, obviously. Here I thought I made it as a hero.
Well, I'd figure you'd appreciate honesty over flattery. After all, I
Honest
also
flattery
only
will
joined
get
up
you
here
everywhere.
Because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a good friend of the Duke. And no, I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then.
I mean, we
As
only
fate would
are
have
really
it,
in with
I've
him
become
because
fast
we're
friends
heroes.
with Mr. Alvar himself.
They're related.
I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true, it's often better to just go with the flow.
Oh, so now you're trying to kiss up to us.
Is that?
Well, I did mean
Kissing
it when
up?
I called you legends, and it is indeed an honor to meet the two of you.
Yeah, you could be a legend
Alright,
without
enough
being
of
a
that.
hero.
Is there something you're looking for?
A man's hat.
No problem. Anything else?
Was it a plum swimming in
feel free to check out
perfume
anything you
also
want.
inside the man's
Credit
hat?
coupon costs are on me.
Wait, but that's, you don't have to be so nice.
Well, it's not like I'm getting paid to watch this shop. Instead of more coupons, Mr. Alvar usually lets me just take my pick of our goods. Life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill. Never hurts to make some friends.
Well, if you put it that way, somebody is
I'll
smart.
take a look.
Where are
you
these
sure you
snacks
don't want
coming
more?
from? I don't see any
These
food.
opportunities don't come by every day, you know.
It's all right. Two will do.
Never thought you'd turn down a chance to freeload.
It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to
It's
you for
only
free.
good if you're taking
But anyway,
advantage
we
of
don't
their
need to get into that
hospitality.
right now. We can discuss Paimonology later. That poor guy must still be waiting for us. Thank you so much. We'll be off then.
No, it's been a whole
No
10 minutes.
problem, and
We need
thank
more
you
of
for
this
your patronage.
type of voice actor.
I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for our establishment the next time you speak to His Grace.
That's a real
Like in
sweet
Wuthering
word
Waves,
that
that's
you
all the
use.
voice actors.
We've been gone a
Is
while.
Grace.
Paimon hopes that guy in the box
That's
hasn't passed out
not
for
a
lack
bit of a
air.
brim. That's a very large. I would say that's a large brim. It looks dark brown. But what if it's black? I mean, the hat looks awesome. Don't get me wrong. For this situation, it's probably better than the hat the other guy had. I gotta say, one of the things that was disappointing about the fortress,
Come out now. We found your hat.
it's not that the soundtrack is bad. It's just kind of meh.
Saved my life.
Just like not my thing, personally.
Wait.
Fontaine in general is kind of
You're
like that.
actually bald?
That is
You got such a full
black.
head of hair, too.
He took it
I
anyways.
told you that there had been a misunderstanding. This has nothing to do with my hair.
It should. Bowl cuts do not flatter you.
Wait, this isn't my hat.
You're right, it's better than your
Well,
hat.
we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no dice.
To be precise, someone else gave it to us.
Ah, I see. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. But
Like that little bit of
unfortunately,
hesitation.
there's
That was
just
really good.
something special about my hat.
My hat.
Does it have some kind of sentimental value?
But,
Has a hidden blade.
sorry, I can't explain at the moment. Time's tight as well, so I suppose I'll keep looking for a while.
Dude's a cheeky.
If you're looking for
cheeky,
a hat, I
Peaky
just
blinders.
picked one up
Cheeky
over here.
blinders.
Is it yours?
Your Grace!
Is he or is he not a dog? Also, so I'm doing this later. I'm like re-reacting to something I did like a while ago.
Oh, hey, Wriothesely. It's been a while.
because I recorded a
Well,
bunch
it's
of
a slow
stuff
day today, so
without
I decided to go for a little stroll.
doing any
Even if your
commentary because I
workspace
was like
isn't cramped,
not in the
it's still
headspace.
good to get some air. I'll say I'm not at all surprised.
But it's been
to
so
find the two
far
of you here. You
down
never
the line,
could
I don't
turn down
remember
someone's
anything that
request for
happened.
help.
That is that a bit of a brim? Yeah, I suppose. But
Is that
it's a
so?
lot more than just
Maybe
brown. I
I
would have
should
said
consider
brown
asking
and
the
blue
Adventurers Guild
plaid.
to open a branch here. As I recall, these hats are
Newsboy.
very important to members of the Berets Society. Best you avoid misplacing it again, You might not have the same luck next time.
I've always wanted a copy of like
Understood.
Feifel's
Thank you so
Newsboy
much.
from
Your
American
Grace.
Tail. I always thought it was awesome.
Then I'll be off. Bye.
Anyways, I was gonna say,
get going.
Wriothesly still hasn't had a rerun, and I'm kind of pissed off now that I skipped them the first time.
What a strange guy.
You know, they talk about
Why do you
FOMO,
care
like,
so
don't
much
worry
about
about
his hair?
FOMO, fear of missing out, for those that don't know what FOMO
But
means.
has he done something wrong?
But
When
then
you say
Wriothesly
no,
happens,
that's
and you're
it,
like,
it's a ghost.
fuck.
Oh, not at all.
Just
In
shitting
fact,
all over
members of the Berets
Cryo.
Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into
I
trouble.
just want to own that
They
outfit.
saved me a lot of work, in fact.
I'm not
As
sure
for
where I'd
him-
ever wear it, but
I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not
I mean, don't
unusual
get me
for the
wrong,
more
I'm
shy
actually
prisoners to
pretty-
freak out when I show up unannounced.
I'm one of the more flamboyantly dressed that are
Shy?
job, but not like
Prisoners were
that.
Afraid to talk to people?
Also, don't have that physique yet.
Prisoners are still people, after all. There are as many crimes and motives as there are stars in the sky. The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels
I
can
would
never
not wear those
capture the
boots, though. Those are too
complexity of
high.
Even a single individual person. What kind of a
I
person
just feel like
a
high
prisoner
boots like
may
that would be
and why
restrictive.
they've committed a crime. We'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
Huh.
Like, do they offer some sort of protection?
Anyway, it's all good as long as it makes sense to you.
There are people who enjoy working. What's this Beret Society?
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual.
Although that
burglars
wasn't
into
even a
mass
beret.
ones. The Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some novel and interesting things. If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the coupon cafeteria? It'll give us
Isn't a
time
beret
to
the thing
catch
where
up
it's
to.
like a little, like,
And if you're still
like a
interested in the
little-
berets after that, I can
almost
take
looks
you
like
to their
a small
usual gathering
sack?
place as well.
I suppose that
Big
kind of
fan
describes the
that
newsboy too.
cafeteria,
But
if we're
it's
gonna
smaller,
do
it's
that-
lower, it's smooth. Let's go then.
All right, then.
I'm not
please
aware of
follow me.
berets being two-toned. Or at least I've never seen one.
Welcome, Your Grace, and the Traveler. Would you like 3 orders of today's welfare meal? Unfortunately, we weren't informed of your visit in advance, so we didn't prepare any super deluxe welfare meals today.
I'll pass on the food then. What about you?
Super deluxe or bust. I'm not hungry.
Paimon will also pass. Paimon will save her stomach for something better.
That
What a
look.
pity. It would
Oh, what a
seem that
pity.
none of us can properly appreciate your skills, Walsey.
Falsely, the cousin of Wriothesly.
Then I must beg Your Grace to find me some more ingredients, so I can come up with some more welfare meal recipes.
It's not like we can grow crops down
If
here.
you're not in the mood to eat, I can get you some drinks. We just
We need to
got
set up
some
a
great
trading route
shipments
like in
from above.
Fallout with our settlements.
Yes, please? Huh. Paimon didn't know you could get 9
So we can
welfare
have 9
stored at
water
this
and
place.
12 food. Actually,
It's not
the
for
fortress would
everyone.
probably be a bigger,
Think of it as a
amount, right?
special treat for VIP.
like kind of like that island.
Oh,
terms of how much you
that's
needed.
what Paimon likes to hear. In that case, 2 bottles of the drink for Paimon, please.
Can
2
we
bottles coming
remake
right up.
Genshin as a Fallout like 4 copy? Because that would be sick. Oh, you
Our
get to
first
set
meeting
up
took place
settlements
on
all
short
throughout
notice,
Tibet.
and we were
Oh my
both
god.
Swamped by everything that happened.
I can't even pay attention to the
so there was
story
no
right now.
time for more
That
casual chit chat. I'm actually quite fond
idea.
of stories, you know. Of course,
Oh.
the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in
Oh.
Fontaine, but I'd love to hear it straight from the source.
hold on. I need to pause real quick
That'd be
because
quite
I
a
need to
long
get
story.
over this. I need to get over this. We fought tooth and nail for the sake of justice. It's the appropriate answer for Fontaine, right?
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the strength to make it out unscathed. Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first place.
Yeah, it'd have been a fucking nobody.
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain our autonomy. Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration?
Aw, people always looking for something else. Because you don't ever talk about yourself.
So this is a matter of trust. Which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself. I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings. Power and control come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter how they manage to get to the top. So, what do you think? Didn't put you much more at ease, now did it?
Not really. Dude pulled himself up from his
Kinda.
bootstraps in prison.
Totally different from most of the people we've met so far.
I'm perfectly aware of that too. But even so, that doesn't make me think any less of you. I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
That's how I feel as well.
Your Grace, after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest shipment of cargo. They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while. We're trying to trace the goods to their source.
Got it. Leave the box here and
I wonder if
contact me
he
immediately if you make any progress.
Made his outfit to
You're
fit the
dismissed.
guards, or if that's
Yes, Your
what the
Grace.
guards, the color scheme the guards already wore, and then he...
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this.
She mentioned something
like,
about
did his outfit to
contraband.
match with it.
Are they like dangerous goods?
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
The
it
term
means
is just applied
anything.
to things people want to bring in on the sly. Many people here are experts at pulling rabbits out of the most ordinary hats. So we have to examine everything carefully.
Hats, you say.
Now, what do we have here? It's more or less what I expected.
Drugs.
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities. Mora, snacks, yarn, balls, ropes,
Duh.
mechanical parts, and even a gem! Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this belongs to you now?
Yep. We can't just send them back up now, can we?
What? But that's just insane profit! Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well?
Let's get that title
It's
then.
only been a couple minutes since we agreed to continue friendly relations with each other, and you're already planning to overthrow me?
Oh, overthrow
Jokes
such an
aside,
ugly
I didn't
word.
know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it a gift from me.
Pick the fucking gem.
Really? You'll let Paimon pick anything? No take-backs. Paimon will have you know that she's got a real good eye for treasure.
I never joke about things like this.
Only one treasure in there, unless you want the yarn ball.
Paimon's gonna have a look. Paimon wants this one. This dark, sparkly gem.
The only one that's outside the box?
It's worth a ton of Mora.
Oh, evil gem.
Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead?
Paimon, what's
There's
wrong?
something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad things when she picked it up.
The Horcrux.
Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
Oh, that's actually one
Is
of
that so?
Voldemort's
Let me give it a
Horcruxes.
try. Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks.
Huh? Let me try.
Are you sure? I wouldn't exactly call it fun.
I want to make sure I know exactly what you saw.
Fair enough. Go ahead. I don't think it'll have a permanent effect.
It's been like 30 seconds. How would you have any idea? Oh yeah, those are fucked up memories.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
I relived some unforgettable
I'll take this
memories.
gem, then, and run a thorough investigation on its properties. Paimon, feel free to pick something else.
Just pick the food.
Actually, never mind. Paimon's gonna pass. Paimon was thinking about one of the snacks, but who knows if it'll also make Paimon
An
sick.
astute decision.
You do have a point. In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents.
They're all Horcruxes.
Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then. I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met, either.
This is the Beret Society, right? That don't wear berets? Yeah, this is the Newsboy Society. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are those also berets? I didn't think so.
We are honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival.
Oh, excellent,
Are
Douget.
these your two guests?
Mm-hmm. Let me introduce you to them. Traveler, this is Dougier, the head of the Beret Society.
Oh, I got his
This
name
is their
right.
gathering place. Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources. Every once in a while, the Society will also host activities and seminars, which are always well attended.
You flatter me, Your Grace. All we did was set up an organization in the same way as you would in the world above.
Out an LLC.
It's so
to
easy
incorporate,
to feel lonely and
get
helpless
ourselves
when you
some,
arrive
you know,
here for the first
liability
time.
insurance.
I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all. But that's when the thought came to me. If we could help everyone turn over a new leaf, they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences.
Like, they have to be
Thus, it was
not
with your
evil,
help
but like
that I
deceptive in some way,
founded the
right?
Beret Society.
There's no way that voice belongs to a
So you
protagonist.
were also involved with this, Wriothesely?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep. But the
Love how
Society
breathe is
a
the
great
second one he
place for
lists.
those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here we keep an eye on each other. and
Even has
remind
a
each other of
evil
our goals.
mustache.
Everyone
that he
can
can
focus
twirl.
on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Who knew you could find such a place in the Fortress of Mirapede? Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
They're not berets.
There's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind of visible identifier. If our members felt joy and pride from being a part of this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well. And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats. Optimism, community, hard work, and a desire for a new life. I hope this hat will show everyone everything we have been working towards.
I am convinced this dude
In other
runs a
words,
mega church.
That hat has come to represent something like a model citizen,
Probably why he's in prison.
which also helps
Some
them
sort of
recruit new
financial
members.
fraud.
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a little old seat over here. There's no need. for
Little
us to
seat over
stand.
here.
I'll ask the members to get us some drinks. Please wait here just one moment. Feel free to look around too if you want to learn more about us.
This meeting was planned all along?
Oh, right. What happened to your slow day,
I
Wriothesely?
mean, one meeting isn't a fast day.
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all?
Yeah, might as well take a look.
Well, we're already here,
Oh,
aren't we?
sorry, Paimon, you're still talking. Yeah, might as well take a
Yeah,
look.
They're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? So this is what their spot looks like.
A diary for recruitment purposes? That'd make me not want to join. Like, you're gonna put my diary out there for everyone to see?
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? I'm organizing the bookshelves. Want to take a look? We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the members publish themselves.
They're writers in the society?
Yeah. Most of them are writing diaries or autobiographies on their time.
Okay, when you say published, do you mean like published through a
Some quit
publisher?
drinking.
Or
Some learned to
they just
tour.
wrote it down and then
Some
glued
became
it to
real
a
good at calligraphy, and even
hardcover.
I've learned to use a camera. We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn any of those skills.
Why?
Ah, it's because you all have a lot more free time now.
Not only that, but we've also now got the mental space to think about taking on new things.
Oh, that's fair.
Before we came here, we were constantly exhausted just trying to live.
Yeah, that's the mood.
With how the Duke and Mr. Dugier have organized our lives down here, though, all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try. And while you're here, no matter what you do, you won't get judged for it. After all, there's no need to conform to societal expectations when you're already in jail.
So this is something like a safe space.
Yeah, that's exactly right. After all, not everyone is good at fighting, or have the physical strength to do hard labor. The society is exactly what some of us need. And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want. Just remember to put the books back after you're done.
Don't worry, we will.
Well, she was friendly. Also there.
Welcome
Also
to our
there.
gathering place. Is there anything you'd like me to explain to you?
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
Sound a bit like a magazine guide.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members. I'm sure Mr. Dugier has already explained some of it, but allow me to fill you in some more. Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room. These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
How did you get these
Wow,
rooms?
that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
I don't think anyone would eat at the big
Unfortunately,
cafeteria.
we don't. For matters like that, we still have to rely on his grace. We started a collaboration with the cafeteria a while back, though, so they'll let us borrow their kitchen to do some simple research into recipes and cooking.
You really thought of everything.
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this support.
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dugier founded the society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Hey, you there, newbie!
Hello? Are you talking to Paimon?
Yep, I'm talking to you. Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this? Ha!
God, I had two... Oh. What are you doing? I had
That's how I
2
pump
days of
myself
work
up
this
every
past
day.
week that, like,
A lot of my friends have found it super
I
useful
let out
too.
one of those, like, loud, deep
With one
breaths
shout,
after
you
I
can
left the
release all
office,
fatigue,
and
resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs, and return to the day with
it
all
was
the
weird
optimism
because
in the
it
world.
felt like that was the first time
Why
I'd
don't you
actually
also give it a
breathed all
try,
day,
huh?
which obviously isn't the
Promise
case,
that it'll work.
but, like, I don't know, it was
Everyone's gonna
strange.
pass.
What a read.
Feeling shy? That's alright. As long as you remember this trick, it'll come in handy one day. Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself at your wit's end.
What it probably means is I should take deeper breaths at work more often.
Alright, we've talked to everybody. It sure sounds like they're all pretty happy. That would explain why Wriothesely only had good things to say about this place. Huh. It looks like they're starting to wrap up their conversation as well. Let's go over to them.
Of course, Your Grace. I will attend to those matters right away.
Okay, then I don't have anything else to add. Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place? Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dugier and the society as a whole.
Damn.
Wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation process.
Sounds like a you
It's
problem.
all right with me, though. I'm pretty confident about our growth and activities.
Pretty confident.
Paimon thinks it's pretty good. Don't think anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
Same here.
So it seems that you were able to
On
get
the
a
surface.
sense of our vision and values. That's all I can ask for, really.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing pain and conflict. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I had met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Of course, that lifestyle is more than enough for some people in the fortress. For others, though, they would just be useless distractions.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the ring.
What? You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves of yours?
That's cheating.
Oh, I almost never need them.
Almost never, you say. Oh, that wasn't weird at all.
The guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax too?
Okay.
What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
Are you feeling all right? You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but I've got to go.
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Dugier,
He was
do you
not
know
that
what's up with him?
weird before.
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but
I'm
I'll
sure
check
he
up
has.
on him later. After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the cracks.
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked?
Something about boxing gloves?
About that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times. Oops.
Oh, isn't that awful gem? You're still carrying it with you?
Yeah, I kept it on me because of its special qualities. It won't affect me as long as I don't let it come into contact with my skin.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace, would you?
Yes, right away.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I
You
hope it hasn't
definitely
been
dropped that on
damaged.
purpose.
Your Grace, please let me know if there's something wrong with it now.
It still looks good to me. Say, Dugier, have you ever seen a gem like this?
Never, Your Grace.
All
Don't
these
think I've
handcuffs.
ever been
Whoops.
rich enough to afford this kind of a thing.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The Traveler also has some other plans, after all.
Yep.
Got it, Your Grace.
Plans.
Take care, everyone. I'll take you to the exit.
You know, those plans that we talked about.
Traveler, Paimon.
I'll take you to the exit.
I'm sure
Dude literally
everyone would love
walked
it if you
4
were to visit
feet
again.
to
And
nothing.
that goes for you as well, Your Grace. We wish you all the best in your endeavors.
And same to you.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Because he lied to us.
What's your opinion of the Society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters?
Fake as fuck.
Paimon thinks it's pretty chill. Weren't you complimenting them the entire time as well?
Their face.
Paimon doesn't remember exactly what you said, but wasn't it something along the lines of encouraging people to embrace their new lives with optimism? There's only one potential problem. If the society does too good a job managing and rehabilitating its members, you may be soon out of a job.
That is certainly a possibility. But at this point in time, they're still reducing my workload by managing and rehabilitating prisoners in my stead. I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish.
That's
and also
really
get a
only
sense of
assuming
DJ's
that
plans
no
for the
new
future.
people
I
don't become
arranged
new
for a meeting
criminals,
out of
which is
curiosity,
not going to be the case.
Then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too.
It's a bit hard to put in
As
words, but there's
expected,
something
you also
off.
picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, though, that this was an unexpected turn of events. I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now a confrontation may no longer be avoidable. It's hard to predict what might happen next.
Confrontation.
You completely lost Paimon.
Paimon lost the
Why
plot.
don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dugier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
Can't you just tell us exactly what to expect?
I'm just following the most popular playbook in Fontaine. Investigate, obtain evidence, and then use the truth to render judgment. It's been so long since I got to watch a performance at Opera Epiclese that I've even begun to miss it.
I'll trust you for
explain
now.
everything to you
For
later.
now.
But right now, we need to seize this
I
opportunity.
don't know about later.
Find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place. We might not get another chance like this anytime soon.
Yeah, let me do that after telling them that I had plans that I needed to get to. That makes sense.
Huh. It's just as Wriothesely said. Seems like Dugier is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out. Paimon will do her best to help.
Let's see if we can strike up conversation. See if they'll be as cheerful as they were before, because they got
you
awful
guys are
quiet. Yeah, we just met
Sorry,
like
we
3
just
minutes ago.
realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident. We'll be on our way as soon as we find it.
Oh, okay.
You guys don't see a glass bottle by any chance?
Nobody?
I hear a whole lot of sighing out there. It's about the size of my hand. I was using it to store some spice powder.
It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag of more or anything. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not gonna tell Wriothesely anything, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I'll go find Mr. Dugier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know?
Oh, my God. This is incredibly suspicious because they're
We
fucking
can look
terrified.
after it, yeah?
Are you guys also scared to tell him that you guys aren't actually wearing berets? Because I understand, like, he's built up this whole thing, and, like, you don't want to be the one that bursts his bubble. It makes things
and-
awkward.
I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly just a moment ago?
Sorry.
Wow, she actually was like, hey, weren't you not an asshole, like,
Hey,
5 minutes
hello?
ago?
Anyone home?
Hello? How can I help you?
Give us the
The
rundown.
Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and, I mean, you've already heard my spiel. I don't know anything beyond what I've already told you.
You don't know.
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just... There's nothing more I can tell you.
There's nothing more I can tell you.
Hey, big guy.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath and let it all out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner.
Yeah. Where'd your optimism go?
I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma, and I mean, not everyone can be super upbeat all the time, right? You're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but it should be somewhere nearby.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now. Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Oh, you're back. How are things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
They're all acting super scared.
That would prove my suspicions.
Proof
The
is a
dissonance I
strong
mentioned earlier was
word.
precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Like that one guy we found hiding in the box.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
Worried that we'd find that
And that's precisely
razor blade under his beret.
Oh, so the one who started it all was
Dude took his hat.
you all along.
This is
It's
Wriothesly's
because I
whole
wanted
big
to figure
thing.
out what's really going on.
Why do they call
I don't
themselves the
believe any
Beret
of
Society when
Duchier's
they
talk
don't
about
have
unstable
berets?
mental states.
How long have you been investigating this?
Not too long. Duchier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody?
Dugier is just extra in general.
What in this place?
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paimon's not sure she got all of it.
The Duke's values will be emulated by
you
the
hit
people.
the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations of justice and order. And that's why, even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society, and even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
I feel like we're missing
Indeed.
something.
He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. And that won't turn out well in the long run. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish? Bite?
Paimon's
Let's
not
give them
great
some
with
time.
metaphors.
My guards will need it to finish their investigation, too. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
When will the time come? When will the time come?
Hey, don't just leave before you've explained everything to Paimon!
Like the time.
Hey!
Just wait a random amount of days? What the fuck? Like nighttime, I guess.
It's finally evening. Wriothesly's probably wrapped up his investigation.
Why? Why do we know that?
Paimon has no idea what that guy
He said when the time comes. He didn't say
find him and
evening.
ask him what he's really up to.
I mean, yeah, but
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
not that hard to
But
believe.
even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it
Well,
was
if they
just one or
check
two
with
people,
you, it's
but
still
it
risking.
seems like everyone's convinced that I
exposing
won't
it.
be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them.
Because you instigated Dugier in the
Yes,
first place?
Something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side. So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
That makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
Now that you
The
mention
last
it,
thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has
how would
Dugier found out
they
that
know
he'd
that we
lost his
were
hat,
investigating?
he's also realized that we were the ones who found it.
Okay,
That
doesn't
likely
mean we're
set his
investigating.
internal alarms off all at once.
The hats must be hiding something.
Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth, and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
Ah, so you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the Society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble.
So that's the hint you were talking about earlier.
Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
Oh, being used like a tool.
This as a part of your plan too.
So that's why you wanted us to come along.
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for yourselves.
And overwhelm you with
But I can
flattery.
assure you that I've now told you everything there is to know. Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the Society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you.
Sure,
You
if
have
I
my
just need to
thanks.
fight him.
Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret of the hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
I think it's gonna be the girl. The big dude was scared shitless in that Arasalet or whatever. Maybe him. Are we all taking a nap? Why are we all closing our eyes?
Excuse me, Your Grace.
Hey.
But may I come in? I'm afraid that
Maybe I'm
someone's
just
been
remembering when I
following me.
played it before.
Please, do.
But it also made sense based on the interactions? Oh, this is somebody different. Okay.
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering place, correct?
You know us? She
Yes,
wasn't
my
there,
lover
though.
Fasol told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's
Oh.
in great danger right now.
Slow down.
Damn,
take a
refer
deep
to him as
breath,
your lover?
and
That
Start
was
from the top.
straightforward.
What happened at the Society?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Fasol last.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes.
Did we ever
Let him
learn
in
his
here,
name?
But many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it to you. Every secret may be found within...
The gem? Is it a gem within the hat?
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry.
I'm sorry.
Please
Did you have an
excuse us, Your
appointment?
Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been rather unstable ever since she arrived at the fortress. She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling as random gibberish.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
Oh, my
the fuck out.
apologies. I merely did not wish for your grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter. So please, forgive my discourtesy.
Sure, if you get out.
Like, we believe you.
We know exactly what
there's
you're
no
thinking.
need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know his grace to be a reasonable man.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no need to worry.
I'm
Well,
sorry,
fuck.
Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
You can do it, Avis. Avis? Avis?
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else she would like to say. Pressuring her will not get you anywhere.
I'm sorry, Dugier. We must be confused here.
It's all right, Avis.
When
As long
was
as you
I
tell me
talking
what
to
it is
you?
that you're terrified of. No matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you. I swear this on my name and honor as the Duke.
Your Grace, forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already said everything I could say about the matter.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say. Please, don't press me further.
But why?
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apologies for disturbing your peaceful evening, Your Grace.
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say you've merely let your worries get to your head. The Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard and trying to lead better lives. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? What's wrong with the current state of affairs? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent on getting rid of someone who's been unfalteringly loyal?
Pushing your luck at this
Your
point.
words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the Fortress of Meripede. But your Grace is welcome to visit us any time to confirm the true intent of our activities. All right, Avis. Let's head back.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes Paimon really, really mad. We should have shown him his place.
Should have
Sooner or
locked the
later, all
door.
will pay the price for their arrogance. He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why
He's
dared
already
to
in
bare
custody.
his fangs right in front of me.
I think for sure we won't let him get away with
The
this.
true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either. What are they trying to hide?
The beret.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret.
That they're not berets.
But there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves.
Lisa's head?
But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avis feel the need to remove her hat? From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence. I can't seem...
I have an idea, but...
What a coincidence, so do I.
What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
This didn't take her hat off her hat to draw attention to her head. She
You
did so to
mean
remove her hair
this
clip.
thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given us what we needed.
Look at Avis.
Let me take a look.
A big brain.
I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical, is hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
Paimon's lost again.
Let's see. What if we do this?
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid is leaking out of the gem.
Oh, can he, like, inject fear into them with that gem?
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
Gem is used as a container for the type of liquid.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
That's fucked up.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
With this infused thorn.
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain. The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life. Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair. No wonder they're all so terrified of it.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
And that might not even be all. Let's go get them right away.
But he looked at her head and
Can't
couldn't
let
find
Dugier
anything.
escape with all of the evidence.
Also, he's just one dude. Like, why are they so... Huh. I mean, I'm pretty sure if they all decided to jump him, you wouldn't be able to do shit. Can't stick all of them with needles. That would require quite the setup.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along?
Look, like,
I
yeah,
had them
no
stay
shit.
here to keep an eye on things, so I'm glad that my intuition turned out to be correct. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ooh! Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
They didn't pull the thorn out?
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure.
Again, it's just one
People must
dude.
have had to endure an unimaginable amount of pain.
Not even a particularly strong dude. Unless he has a vision he's not
Let's
showing
go
us,
check out
but
the other
I doubt
areas,
it.
too.
in a box next to the bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf. The colors of the covers are completely different, though, and the names of the authors also don't match up.
So just for show, to make it look like the bookshelf's being added to and maintained?
Yeah,
All somebody has to do is go try to read it. Dangerous game.
Look at what I found.
Some bottles. Oh. This is
a surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place. So even if Dugier's not there in person,
how would he
still
have
always
access to
eyes
that?
on the members.
Shouldn't that only be available to like prison staff? That explains why they're
Indeed.
also terrified.
It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of script to follow. And if any action you take may be
They were
deemed a
like,
mistake,
line.
then perhaps it's better to do less, or to not do anything at all. Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
It's one fucking dude.
Your Grace, Your Grace.
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The lime scale, the layers of dust, they were all deliberately added.
How did you tell a layer
We
of
also
dust was
investigated the members'
added?
residences and weren't able to find anything.
For that matter, how do you
Their neighbors
add a
all say
layer
that
of
they
dust?
haven't returned home for ages.
Oh. Is that right?
They're gone? That could only mean...
I already put a lot of effort into building a front. The real headquarters are elsewhere.
As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest areas, the fancy equipment, even the members that we saw, they were merely part of the front. And only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his performers.
But then, where can we actually find him?
Let me think. Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort, he must be in Dugier's pocket.
Fuck, let's go fuck that dude
I'm
up.
of the same mind. Let's go. You two, follow me.
So that's why Dugier, like, those are his fangs, the teeth, so to speak.
Did that person flee here?
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind of Dugier's declaration of war against me, and has fled to seek his protection. Let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. Since he needs space, I'd guess Dugier probably converted them into his headquarters.
Oh, is there
We
like
should
a
be on the right
domain
track.
that we're gonna go into?
No, we just need to find that turncoat. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
I would almost think it'd make more sense for me to go with one group and Wriothesely to go with the other. Is this like a... This is how he would normally be looking around as opposed to like running immediately.
After them.
It's rising. Run!
Yeah, you ain't getting away from... Wow, you are slow. Too much bulk.
Did Dugier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
My God.
Come on, it's time to talk.
I understand when you have a guard, like a portion of the guards in your back
cooperation into
pocket.
consideration when it comes time to hand out sentences.
But Mr. Dugier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you caught up to us.
So, in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen him pass through a large drainage pipe.
That's more like it.
Guards, take them away.
Take them away, toys. There are so many
Let's
of
go.
them, though.
It's about time that we find out what Dugier's really after.
We just beat the shit out of Dugier. This is my mercenary squad. Back in, what would this have been? 4.1? Kingdom is a strong word to use here.
There's so much space down here.
Yeah, these are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned due to a lack of funds. There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all of those guards have been bought as well. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprises waiting for us, I'm sure.
Based on what they've seen recently, like, why do these guards think they can get away with that? Like, Wriothesely obviously is gonna find out, and he's going to fuck you up. That's a weirdly placed, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. Ooh, y'all got a chest for me too?
Shadows of fate, decided by destiny. You asked for it. Buckle up. Get with me.
Way now.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dugier really prepared for everything.
Okay.
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that had mysteriously gone missing. Seems like he's prepared
That would be
for
kind
an
of
all-out
intimidating
confrontation with me.
Hey, what's this?
Seems like some kind of handbook. Let me see. Ah, this should be the Society's real rules book. It lists all the rules that they're expected to follow.
I hope it's actually called
Members
the real
are not
rule book.
permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings.
Why would anyone join
who
this?
reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water.
Like, what's the hook?
So it's much
That
as I
front?
expected.
But that's just
I guess?
cruel and unreasonable.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them. To avoid punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another. This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however, and so resentment builds until every prisoner has become an island. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dugier's slaves.
The whole thing is an affront to
Do you
human
remember what
dignity.
happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Ugh, is that the best example you could come up with?
It's a recent example we could come up
Still
with.
think she made the right decision. It never hurts to be careful.
No, your decision was valid. However, it's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under emotional duress.
Yep.
The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send us crashing into the path of a storm. Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime.
Let's do it. After I take their shit.
If I'm not mistaken, the space ahead should be the central area of this place, but the door's been locked. Rather than confront Dugier, I think it's more important right now for us to rescue as many society members as possible. You guys should wait here. We'll try to open the door and check out some other spots.
Open the door. Would we have to do something to this mechanism here? Paimon doesn't get it at all.
Dylan's always got some fucking puzzle.
Do some trial and error.
I didn't do anything. I'm gonna do it.
Whoa, it's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? Look, the other side's open! Let's go.
What if that was an actual laser? Just you like ran through it and fucking cut in half. Or I should say that is a laser. But you know what I mean, like a lightsaber laser.
Stay cool. Face your guilt.
Let's get it on! Ha!
Fate is upon you.
Look alive! Hi!
Have a seat.
It's so high. We're not gonna have to climb all the way up, are we?
Activate the mechanism in front of us first, just like before. Let's see if that changes anything.
Ooh, the water level's gone way up. So that's how we'll make it to the top.
Or like the water level is going way up. It's Oh, perfect. Well, hello there.
Oh, well then.
Let's get it on! Ah!
Propagate!
Our bond is strong.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dugier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person
How many more prison cells can he have?
Hey, place.
No, I won't try to leave anymore.
I will say, if she's been in that position for a while, she is getting a workout in her legs.
Trouble.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please calm down. We're not bad people.
Look, it's fucking.
We won't be
the
able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress response in the way. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards take care of them for now and keep pushing forward.
These soul are still in danger.
All right.
As
Let's search for
Faso?
an exit first.
That is fucked up.
The door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure to bring everyone out safe.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return here right away and await your orders.
Mm-hmm. Just focus on the tasks you've been given. I already have reliable help over here. Let's go back. We have unfinished business, do we not? That mechanism from the first room. Maybe we'll also need to hold it in place using the same device to open the door that leads to the central area. Don't forget to bring these along.
What, the limiters? Damn. More people here than I assumed.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible to spit upon our rules.
I must confess to being
Remember their
furious.
Fasal and Avis. They've betrayed you, betrayed us. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause. Go on, Avis.
What
Pierce
is the
his skull
cause?
with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores. Of course, you will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again and again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
Thistle, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll find a way to endure.
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you permission to speak?
Like, what?
My rules
What
are
is
the
their
paramount law of this place.
cause?
Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
It's just like a
That's
club that
enough,
he
Dugier.
controls.
Your
and they just
rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
smuggle some shit in.
Is that His Grace?
Oh, Wriothesely. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be so quick. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me when you've already got the entire fortress at your feet?
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top
Yeah,
of that...
right? Is that their cause? Helping
your
you share a piece of cake?
Are they not
The cake.
starving as you wolf down your cake?
You. Stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice! Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent! We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something that others held dear. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? It's what they've always deserved. And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running? Is it that all you need to keep your cushy life?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. Our bodies have limits, but our spirits will always remain free. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or think. And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
He's really mad.
I feel the same way. Honestly, he's been keeping it in until now.
Arrogant, Wriothesly. Well, I think you're too young and naive. You understand nothing of this world. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. A dumping ground of pain and misery, irredeemable now and irredeemable forever. No prisoner will listen to you out of gratitude of their hearts. The whip is the only way to make them obey.
Oh, they missed the big chance there for him to pronounce it whip.
Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs in this place. Your vision gives you strength. But how long will it hold against these powerful constructs?
Pretty well, I'd say.
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you a small taste of what real power looks like.
Look alive! Up! Germinate! Stand with me! Written in the stars!
Stay cool. Face your guilt.
Let me scry! You're dead meat!
If you think fear can control everything...
Thought half a dozen Gardamex
terrify
could
me.
take Wriothesely down?
Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time you got treated like one.
Wow, you suck, dude. Where is it getting all these bullets?
What's the matter?
It didn't have a mag.
I'm warning you.
It looked like a single-shot pistol.
Punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification. Understood?
God damn.
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
Yes.
No, not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done. I have to
See
take
that shit where he
responsibility
created
for
an
it,
ice
as
shield?
does the fortress.
At least we were able to stop it before it got any worse, right?
Yeah.
He
the least
just
that we could
used
do.
his cryovision to create an ice shield.
So,
Can we
do
do
you
that
have a
when we're
plan
playing as
for how you're
Wriothesly?
gonna deal with him
No.
yet?
Oh, Dugier? I've already got an idea. For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Why?
Okay, Mr. Burns.
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to
I'm gonna
imagine the sorts of
hold
punishments that
the
will
sword
soon
of
be coming his way.
Damocles above
He'll be
his
left in the
head, and
dark
then when
with
he
regards to both
least
the dates and the
expected it.
details of his punishment. Of course, that's not to say that I'll be letting him off scot-free. It's not often that I actually get the chance to be creative with my punishments. I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted on them.
Ooh, good idea.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh.
Ruthless.
Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon.
You wounded me, my
Anyway,
dear fairy.
jokes aside.
Yeah, why
thank
would he
you
do that
so
to you unless
much
you
for all of
were
your help.
an asshole?
There's still a lot for me to take care of, so... How about this? I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things by then.
Now please, get out of my office.
No, Paimon's had enough of that place.
Don't worry, it won't be the same old welfare meal. I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Oh, then you've got yourself a deal.
Let's go stand in place for 2 days.
Ah, you're here.
Paimon never forgets about meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind her for sure.
You say that as if I haven't been feeding you or something.
That's not what Paimon meant at all. Wriothesly, you got what Paimon meant, right?
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too.
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest. As for their mental recoveries, most are making good progress as well. We've added a few who were more severely affected to a special observation list.
You sure got everything taken care of, Wriothesly.
I try my best. After all, it's my duty to take care of everything that happens within my territory.
I have a question for you, actually.
Please, go ahead.
Your flashbacks when you picked up that gem, your anger when you confronted
That's
Dugier.
a bit of a long story.
Well, I have time.
I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child. I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts.
The foster
I
family.
had many siblings, and they all
Actually,
adored each other.
adopted, that makes them legally your
Once
parents,
we were older,
not a
Mom
host
and Dad
family.
would turn us over to be individually
Or even
adopted
foster
by
parents.
families of greater means, and
What?
go on to adopt more young children.
I think we're using the
They
word
were
adopt
perfect
here
parents.
incorrectly.
Or so I thought.
They adopted you and then adopted you off to other people?
And then I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale. All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of.
How do you dispose of so many children?
I considered myself an extremely lucky child. And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well. I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile. I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yes. Like the society, my parents created a facade of joy.
Then I got my
lying
vision
to
and
satiate
killed
their
them.
desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power. They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. Worse, perhaps they never cared about that at all. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede.
How is
My
that
methods
not
were
self-defense?
But I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem. My doubt and helpless
They were,
anger
like,
pushed me
would
forward
literally
until
have
I got
killed
what I
him.
deserved.
Probably. I really don't know what to say. Other than that's bullshit, and Fontaine's rules and laws are fucking terrible.
You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what anyone may say about it. The least I can do is to make
Dude
sure
saved
that
a
the
bunch
same
of children
tragedy
from
will not happen
trafficking
again in my
and
new
got
home.
Sorry
convicted
to disturb
for
you, everyone.
murder. What?
Oh, it's a Visa Fasol. Are you two feeling better yet?
Like,
It was
actually
all
defending
because
himself.
You arrived in time. I managed to escape unscathed.
Glad to hear it.
We came here on impulse today.
After we
because
fucked,
we were
because, you
hoping
know,
that
we're
you'd be able
lovers.
to lend us a hand, Your Grace.
If you
Please,
forgot that.
Go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help. Within reason, of course.
It's... I'd like to be wedded to Avis
Aw,
here
that's cute.
at the fortress.
Like, wait, so, hold on. Still, back to
We
Wriothesly.
met each
He was
other through the
basically a
society and
hostage.
Both fell into Dugier's trap.
When
Even
you're a
during
part
our
of
time there, we
trafficking
never
like
doubted
that,
each
you
other.
are
We always believed that Dugier was manipulating us, trying
essentially
to
a
make us
prisoner.
mistrust each other. And after this incident, we've come to
And he had to
believe
be a
that we
child
found
still.
the
And he was convicted for murder? Fontaine is the fucking worst.
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't forsake him either.
That's because we got
But
there
we're
just in
still
time
both
before you did
prisoners.
forsake him.
And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host something so celebratory. So we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before.
That's mildly
But
surprising.
That's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
We can't thank you enough, Your Grace. We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our sentences.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. So now,
Okay,
it'd be too
so
hard
this is
to
the
leave.
thing that happens, right?
And we
Like,
have
it's
full
been
confidence in
established.
the fortress's future with you at the helm. Your Grace.
Like, people will stay.
Your
At
trust
some
is the
point, this
highest
place is
form
gonna
of
run out
trust.
of room if people just keep staying after their sentences.
Man in Teyvat to hear that people would like to stay of their own free will?
Yeah. I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.
Just no more hats, okay? Oh, you. Weren't fucking berets.